Hello, I'm Sam, Head of Online Marketing at Elevation, and today we're going to talk about how to know if your nonprofit organization already has the Google grant and how to recuperate access to an existing account that you don't have the login credentials for. Since the Google Ad Grants program has been around for over a decade, it's not uncommon for nonprofits that have been around for a few years or that have growing teams to have applied to the grant at some point over the history of the program, but for the access information to have been lost to the passage of time. Or you might not even be sure if the organization has ever had it, but Susan, the marketing communications coordinator who left the organization 5 years ago, mentioned it in a memo you dug up, and now you're left wondering if maybe the organization already has the grant and you didn't even know. It's okay, it happens more than you think. Luckily, it's easy to regain access. Depending on your situation, I'll walk you through how to try to get back in. The first thing I'd suggest is to attempt to try to log into the Google for Nonprofits account, link in the description, to see if any of your team emails may already have access to Google for Nonprofits. You'll know it worked if when you try to log in, you're brought to the Google for Nonprofits account's homepage rather than Google for Nonprofits application. If you are able to get in, then hold that thought for one moment and we'll come back to how to check for the Google Ad Grant in a moment. But you're almost there. If you're not able to log into the Google for Nonprofits account, aka you didn't get to the homepage and you were prompted to fill out the application, then you should submit that application. We'll leave a link to the requirements in the description. Once you've submitted the application, Google will review it, and if based on your EIN, Google finds that there's already a Google for Nonprofits account associated with your organization, they will reach out to that account's admin for a request to provide access to the email address that submitted the Google for Nonprofits application. Tell your colleagues to keep an eye on their emails because if somebody gets a notification, then it can really speed up the process. If no one receives the email, Google will wait 14 days, and if the access is not approved, then assuming the information you provide in the application meets the requirements, they will grant you access to the account. Once you're into Google for Nonprofits, then on your account's homepage, you'll see a section for the Google Ad Grant. Here you'll find either a customer ID or a prompt to apply for the grant. If you already have a customer ID, then using the email that is an administrator on the Google for Nonprofits account, submit the Recuperate access form to Google. We've linked it in the description. And in 2 to 3 business days, Google support will reach out either granting access or with the next steps on how to proceed. If you don't see a 10-digit customer ID, then your organization doesn't already have the grant and you should follow the prompts in the account on how to apply. That's it for today. Check the description for the links you need to follow to get started and see you next time.